Okay, so now we're going to talk about doing a scale. We're going to start with a 1 octave C scale. So a scale is something that starts on one note, ends on the same note. So if you have a C scale, it's going to start on C and it's going to end on C. Now for a 1 octave scale, we're going to start on middle C is a really good one to start with. And we're going to go up to the C above it and go back down. This is called an ascending and descending scale. Okay, so remember, anytime we have a scale, it's going to start on the same note that it ends with. Now, normally we would have to do lever changes or pedal changes, except for the key of C. We don't have any sharps or flats. So if you have an E flat, A flat, and B flat on your harp, go ahead and put all those up so that your harp is in the key of C. If you have a pedal harp, make sure all your pedals are in the middle position. So we're going to start by placing the first bracket, which is the first 4 fingers of our scale. We're going to start with placing our thumb on F. Okay, it's important to place your thumb first and then the other 3 fingers on at once, just like in our arpeggio we talked about. So place your thumb first and then 2, 3, 4 go on at the exact same time. Now it's important that I have space between my thumb and my second finger. A lot of times when I say space, people overcompensate and they go like this and they flatten their hand out. So we have to reach in the middle where our hand is nice and relaxed, beautiful round hand. Look how much space there is though. And we're talking about the distance between our thumb and our second finger, not necessarily tall thumbs, but that we have a nice distance between here and here. I want all of my fingers in a row. You can see that they're in a little bit of a line, but they're not straight across. They're kind of at an angle. And they're all pointing down towards the edge of my soundboard here. Now, if I were to point them straight down at my soundboard, what would happen is I would put so much finger on that it would actually, the string would touch all the way up to here. And we don't want that. We only want the very edge of our finger on. So by allowing my hand to relax, my wrist is nice and relaxed and my arm is up off the harp, I can have all my fingers pointing towards the edge of my soundboard here. Okay, so we're going to start by playing our 4th finger and we're going to close our 4th finger into our palm. Perfect. Now you notice that my pinky went with my 4th finger. And also my hand is nice and relaxed. Even though I closed, my hand has room to move inside of here. So let's do that again. We'll go 4, then 3, then 2. Okay, now all I have left is my thumb. My thumb is my anchor point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace my 4th finger. This is our 4th finger. It's going to replace on G, just the note above our F. So we're going to replace it pretty low because what we want to be able to do is close our thumb and get all of our fingers back on without having our hand all crunched up. So you see that our 4th finger is way down here. So I'm going to close my thumb and I'm going to do a little bit of a pivot forward when I do that. Remember, we're aiming for this part of our palm when we're closing our thumb, right there on that finger. Okay, so when I close, I'm going to reopen. I'm going to open my entire hand and I'm going to land all of my fingers. So 3, 2, and 1 should all land in a row all at once. So let's do that again. We'll do it slow. Close 1 and then place 3, 2, 1 on. Okay. Now, a lot of times what will happen is people will bring their pinky way up into their palm and it'll create a lot of tension. So remember to relax your pinky and let it hang out with 4th finger. They're best friends and they don't like to be separated. So make sure that our pinky is chilling with 4th finger. And now we're going to close 4 again. Close 3, close 2, and all we have left is our 1. So we're going to replace 2, 3, 4 on all at the same time. It's important that you don't crawl all your fingers onto the harp one at a time because 1, that's going to slow you down, and 2, it's going to be very messy. So make sure that once we've closed our 2nd finger and we're replacing everything, you want to open bigger than the string so that you can land from this direction. Oop, right? Perfect. All right, so close 2 again and replace all your fingers on. Close your thumb, close your 2nd finger, close 3, close 4. Remember, we have to replace our thumb back on before we can play 4. And our last finger, we're going to float. And our hand is going to be nice, open, and relaxed. So let's do that again. We're going to start from the very bottom. And remember, it's important not to yank your hand up when you're done playing a note, because then when you replace your 4, you see how little room I have to replace. So I always like to think about my hand staying in relatively the same spot. So close 4, my hand's not moving, not moving. Now I'm going to put 4 back on, close my thumb, replace them all on at once, then go back down. Hands still not moving, not going anywhere. Doesn't go anywhere until I do my crossover, right? Perfect. Okay, so that's it for our 1 octave scale, up and down. I'm gonna do it one more time, and just like our arpeggio, it's important to not have any of these strings pop, so you don't want to make any of them sound much louder than the others, and we also want to have a really consistent tempo. So let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then float. Perfect. Good job, everyone. Happy harping.